Hi, guys. Welcome to About the Mind podcast. Today, the topic of our podcast is happiness. So, I would like to welcome Ashwin to the podcast. Welcome, Ashwin.
Thank you, Yuvraj. Always a pleasure to be here.
Same here, Ashwin. Okay. So, Ashwin, the first question is can you define happiness for us? What is it exactly?
Happiness is when you know how to stop something. Happiness is a
What
signal from the brain to stop doing something. When you become happy, you stop
it's
doing
a
it.
signal from the brain to stop doing something?
Yeah. It's a state, it's an emotion which signals you to stop doing something, and you stop doing things when you're happy. So an
Oh,
artist is
okay. That's
painting,
very interesting.
painting, and then he realizes he's happy with it, and then he stops. You see, that's what happiness is. But it's been badly misunderstood.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
promoted as a desirable permanent state. People want to be finished with this world.
Yeah.
Idiots. Happiness is for idiots. Those who chase happiness.
So, the
The
idea.
pursuit of happiness is for idiots. Unfortunately, it's part of the US Constitution. Sorry, did I call a whole country idiots? No, it's not you. It's those who wrote it.
Okay. Okay. So, so this pursuit of happily ever after is
Ha.
not
That means finished ever after. Then that's when your life is finished. You'll be happy. You won't be happy. You have another birth and all. They forgot about that.
okay.
Happiness is not something to be chased. It's just like, why would you chase something to, I mean, it's a natural signal when something is over. When people get divorced, they feel happy. It's over.
Okay. And is it different from say being relieved? Because like you said, there was a lot of people
Yeah.
say that they feel relieved.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
much the
is it
same.
different from
They want a permanent state of relief. Crazy, right? Why you want to relieve yourself from
yeah
everything? Why would you want this?
yeah
Happiness is not something to desire, not something to go after. It's just a signal. It happens naturally. Yes, good is there. Yeah, some relief is required once in a while when things are over, so that you know to stop putting effort. Oh, I'm already a millionaire. Now I can stop putting effort. Relax. So you can be happy for some time, and then something else will come, and then you'll chase that, and you won't be happy until you get it. When you get it, you'll be happy. But to permanently try and
so
be happy is very unnatural, and it's possible through drugs. You can artificially improve your status chemicals and feel happy, like as if you've achieved something through drugs and through drama. Like if I reject someone, I feel happy for a second because you feel that, oh, that's over. You feel happy for a second. So people are busy rejecting each other, disagreeing with each other. You disagree with someone, you'll feel happy. Did you know that? It's so easy to feel happy. Why you need pursuit of happiness? Go disagree with someone, you'll feel happy. But it's a wrong kind of happiness. It's artificial happiness. Real happiness comes when you achieve something in your life and it's over, it's finished. You needn't put any more effort into it, then you're happy. Yeah, good, I'm happy with this.
and how is this different from say joy, or is it the same?
Joy is what you have when you have alcohol. After three pegs, you feel joy. After four pegs, you feel suffer. You feel sad. So, joy is just a big rush of serotonin in the brain. Again, it's artificial. People want joy, bliss, some kind of weird situations they want in their life. It's weird. I find it very weird. Joy. Why would you want joy? What do you do with it? It's just like you feel high and you spoil your health, Your body suffers to produce that joy. Your body has to produce those chemicals, and it comes at a cost, okay? All joy is at a cost, so stop chasing it. I don't know, man. People go silent when I
You
say
know,
this. I don't know. They're like shocked. They're like, "What? I've been lied to my whole life." Yes, you have been lied to. It's quite possible. Why didn't you investigate it? Investigate it. You'll know what I'm saying is true.
okay. You know, like when you visit some pop psychology places, channels, forums, etc. They have
Hmm.
decided that you need to keep running away from from desires because it's a perpetual cycle where you have once you achieve something, you always want the next thing, and somehow it is bad.
Yeah, that's called life. Why is that bad? I
I
mean,
don't know.
that's
They say
that's
that once
that's what make being human is. If you're an animal, you can't do that. You know, you can't aspire to do something new. Like if you're a human being, you should never be happy. Like okay, you're happy for a second, and then you're on to the next unhappiness because you find what else am I unhappy with. Start fixing that. So all desires coming from a problem, okay, and solving a problem is like cleaning your room, man. People who say don't desire anything must be living in a pile of shit. You know, we desire comfort. What do you mean don't desire anything? Of course, you desire comfort, you desire peace, you desire health, you desire wealth. That's what makes life worth it. Otherwise, why the hell should you live? Live in poverty, in dirt, without health, and with no one to love? This is what you want to be? Sit in a mountain cave, die. This is not why you came on earth.
so
What happened, man?
so happiness and increase in status are basically the same. That means
Yeah. So, happiness is a reward that you get.
your camera is that.
Really? I thought I had the fastest internet in the world. 1 minute. See, now don't you desire that my internet? No, it's pretty fast, man. But still is the fastest internet in the world. How can my camera be stuck? There are mysteries we don't know about. It's called IT.
Then it must be mine.
Must be yours. Audience, can you give us some quick
Okay.
feedback? Like, who's stuck, Yuvraj or me? Or are both of us stuck? What's going on? If the audio and visual are clear, please type AV in the chat box. If it's not clear, please type not clear. What happened exactly? So that we can move on. Yuvraj is getting stuck. Hey, it's you, man.
Mine.
Neeta saying clear. Kavya saying I can see both clearly. Samir says AV. Okay, AG, but he meant AV. Yeah, AV is clear, says Divya. Don't worry, man. Let's go. Don't worry about these things. Just when I said it, you flashed off. Oh no. Okay. Guys, Yuvraj is having a little bit of a power cut, low voltage issue, so he might be coming and going, but let's do this, Yuvraj.
Okay. So we described. I mean, you described what happiness is. Now,
Okay, Yuvraj is back. Yeah, I described what happiness is. And
can you describe what unhappiness is?
unhappiness. Unhappiness is the real reason why we have come on this earth. And when we are unhappy, we solve problems. We start fixing things. Allow yourself to be unhappy. It's very important. If you're unhappy, if you're in pain, you have a problem, that's when you find solutions. How the hell do you find solutions? You want to get divorced, you have to get married first. So then you need to have a problem, you need to be unhappy, and then you can solve it. That's just an example, and it's a joke, guys. Don't get touchy, okay? The married people, but I'm happily married. I want to prove to you that you have. One guy is out. One guy who used to bite his wife, bite his wife, got hurt when I said marriage is not happy. And then he's trying to prove to me. Now he's sticking with her to prove to me that marriage is worth it. And I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? What are the kind of things you get unhappy about? Choose your unhappiness, because you have to choose which and what to get unhappy about, because if you solve it there should be some reward. Get unhappy about things that if you solve it then there's a reward. Okay, so unhappiness is something that needs to be aimed properly like a gun. If you aim it at your own head, it'll kill you. If you aim your unhappiness at the right thing, then you get some reward. So please be careful with unhappiness. Don't aim it at yourself. I mean, you can be unhappy with your looks, you can be unhappy with your financial status, you can be unhappy with your relationship, you can be unhappy with your health, and then fix all of them. Don't just go on being unhappy, right? So, unhappiness is a good tool, it promotes action, but people are miserable today because they are avoiding unhappiness. Know the difference. Unhappiness comes, you want to avoid it because it says some truth about your life, how you're not good enough. It points to an inadequacy of yours. So you don't want to hear it because ego is so big. Yeah. So your ego is like a map of undivided Russia. Now what to do? What to do? So you start avoiding unhappiness. That's what you do. Like, stop this shit, guys. Stop this shit, okay? Just stop it from today. Now, stop it now. Don't avoid your unhappiness. Say the truth. I'm unhappy with my marriage. I'm unhappy with my health. I'm unhappy when I've become fat like a potato. And I'm unhappy with my knowledge. I'm unhappy with my income. Good. That's why you came on earth, to solve all those problems and become rich and healthy and fabulous and beautiful. This is what you can do. Then you'll be happy for a while and find something else to be unhappy about. But this time it won't be yourself. You'll get out of your head and you'll be unhappy about some bigger problem in the world that you can solve. Maybe you get unhappy with plastic and you'll actually solve the problem. Or maybe you'll invent technology to solve some other problem. Or maybe you do something innovative, creative, amazing, that so many problems get solved, you know. Come on, guys. This is why we came on earth. I know I'm shocked at the teacher. I'm. It's my when I came on this earth, I was shocked with what people are teaching each other. I decided not to listen to any of that crap. Even when I was a kid, I said, "No, this is crap," and I stopped listening to it, and that's how I became a yogi. You can do it at any time. It's not too late. Okay, you may be 75 years old, but you can do it. Stop believing that you have to avoid unhappiness and chase happiness. It's the other way around. You have to avoid happiness, artificial happiness, and chase the unhappiness. Chase it, feel it fully, and then solve it. Of course, unhappiness doesn't feel good. It's not good for your ego. It always points at your inadequacy. Yes or no? Every time you look at something unhappy, it points at your inadequacy, and you can't hear it because, oh my God, your ego is bigger than China, the population of China. So, with your Himalayan ego, you can't listen to what's wrong with you. So difficult. It pains. You get pain when you hear what's wrong with you. Now, what to do? You can never admit something is wrong with me. I, I know my website sucks, you know. I'm putting so much effort to get a good website. And finally, it's working. I had to put 2 years of effort. I was only finding idiots. Now, what to do? So, finally, I'm working on it, and some hope is coming from the horizon that I can actually have a website that does everything that I waste my time doing in my life. Wouldn't that be amazing? Then I can solve bigger problems. So that's something you keep worse. You know that I know it sucks. I wake up every morning with the knowledge that it sucks. I'm unhappy. You have to be. I'm a yogi and I'm unhappy. What about you? You should be double unhappy because you don't even know yoga, right? Somebody is not a yogi, I'm saying. So you should really face it. Like whatever you're unhappy with, come on, man. Unhappiness is the fuel of action. Without unhappiness, there's no action. You're gonna sit like a potato. Those who are happy don't act. They just sit like potatoes. Happiness is the most tamasic stuff in the world, not onions and garlic. Excuse me.
There is this uh, teaching, and also it has kind of become a trend
Hmm.
to be able to be happy without caring about what's going on around you. Or now people say they don't want to care about anything.
Hmm.
So, what do you think about that?
I think there are different levels of imbeciles, and this is like high level imbecile. I think you should really care about people around you, and if they're not um, comfortable, you can't be comfortable, can you? So if they're not comfortable, there's a problem for you to solve. There's an inadequacy of yours, which is making them uncomfortable. Or at least you have a part in it if you're not wholly responsible for other people's discomfort. So you have to put some effort into taking care of them, just like you would take care of yourself. How can you not care about anyone? If you don't want to care about somebody, and you can't artificially bring care, that's also there. You can't artificially create care. But it's somewhere in your brain. You have to understand, I really need to care. If I don't care, I can't be effective in this world. I don't have any problems if I don't care. Those who don't care don't have any problems, right? Then what is left to do in life? Just die. They're very close to death then. They're inviting the god of death. They're like, Yama, come and take me. I've had enough of this world. I know one thing that I came here, I like being alive. I'm very clear about that. A lot of people, after taking a birth, they're confused that they like being alive or not. And that's totally okay. Like, but then you know what? You get another birth. There's only two choices in this world, alive and alive. Life never ends in this universe. You'll always come back as something or the other. Why don't you make the most of this life? Don't run like a coward. Learn something. Be a warrior. Recover your body first. Recover your wealth. Recover your connections with people. Don't be an uncaring imbecile.
So, there's this idea that you cannot control anything
Mm.
more than yourself.
Mm.
But that also creates sort of a paradox. That then how are you supposed to? If that is true, then how are you supposed to solve problems?
Yeah, it's not true, Yuvraj. You can control so many things, right? I mean, people respond to you based on your behavior. You control your behavior, you're controlling the response, aren't you?
Yeah.
Walk into a room and spit on someone's face, or walk into a room and then give them a nice smile. What's the difference in their response? Disagree with someone and agree with someone and see the difference in the response. If you agree with someone, they respond better to you. So you can control a lot outside you. You control other people, you can control situations, you can control environment, you can control so many things with technology, don't we? Like I got my internet under control here. That's why I'm telling you I got the best internet in the world. I mean, for me it seems like that because I was suffering with like 10 Mbps in Pondicherry, which drops down to about 5. And then we were still doing podcasts, broadcasts with that, all choppy. And you know how long it took for me to get a cable wired to plug into my laptop in my room where I'm talking to you from? And you know how long it took for them to deliver these two lights that make me look good? It came today. I've been managing with a single light and getting big shadow and all the webcasts. India is already slow. On top of that, we have a pandemic. Okay, so man, it's so hard to get people to do some work here. Everyone's happy, man. That's the problem. India is a happy country. That's why they don't do any work. People are too happy over here. Like, I wish I could gift some unhappiness to everybody early in the morning. Maybe I should come on Ask the channel and slap them.
Okay, now some like I've heard this from people I've known, friends, etc. Like certain things make them happy. Like
Hmm.
maybe shopping makes someone happy,
Hmm. It
or
does.
I don't know, maybe watching a movie makes someone happy. Being able
Of
to go
course.
out, travel makes someone happy.
Of
So
course.
are these all the same kind of happinesses, or
Yeah,
are
it's
some?
avoiding the problem. You go traveling, you can avoid the problem. Go shopping, avoid the problem. Go somewhere else, avoid the problem, That your parents don't love you, that your husband doesn't love you, wife doesn't love you, or that you don't get respect in the office. You can avoid all these problems by just going shopping, traveling, Himachal, photographs, Instagram, drink chai and have Maggie, spoil your health and come back. And then again back to the same grind. Again, you have to go to the shit job that you don't like. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Now what? It's temporary. You can't fool your brain. Brain is like, oh no, wait, there's something to be unhappy about because brain doesn't have ego. It's you who have the ego, the consciousness. Brain's like, let's solve problems. Okay, it's presenting unhappiness to you again and again. And instead of taking that gift of unhappiness, you're avoiding it. You're like, no, I don't want this. Take it away. Let me get high by watching a movie and avoid the problem. I'll feel like it's already finished. Then the brain produces a little bit of happiness chemicals for sometimes, and then it says like, come on, I can't do this. It's fake. It's not working. And a lot of alarm bells will go on inside in your internal wiring saying it's not safe. Happiness is not safe. Happy people are not careful people. You know that, right? If you make someone happy, then you can exploit them. It's an age-old tactic by people who rule us. Like, appease people, make them happy, and then you can exploit them. You can make them do whatever you want. They get addicted to happiness. Happiness is addictive because it's supposed to be had in very small quantities, just to show the completion of something. You can't make your whole life about happiness. Happiness is like dessert to show you the meal is over. But if you eat only dessert, then what? How will you get nutrients? You'll be in an infection pool of bacteria. You'll get tuberculosis, or you'll get typhoid or something if you keep eating sugar. You become a petri dish to grow bacteria if you eat sugar like that. So that's what people are doing. Happiness increases, it stops your immune system also. This happiness. You just remove all your guard, you're not careful anymore. Everything stops caring. Happy people are the ones dying because they were happy and they didn't care. They didn't take care to protect themselves. You can't protect yourself when you're happy, man. Only an unhappy person can protect himself or herself. I don't know, people. Why is everyone so quiet? You're responding as if like hearing this for the first time. Are you all hearing this for the first time? I know you are. Come on, let's move on.
Okay, so at times we feel we are stuck and not moving in life.
Mm. Mm.
So how do we end up in that state where we feel we are maybe doing the same thing again and again, or
Yeah, man, you're not growing because you're avoiding unhappiness. So then what do you do? Like, can you start at least naming the things you're unhappy with? Just make a laundry list of everything you're unhappy with and clean that. Clean that laundry. Then you'll grow. Of course, you'll stagnate when you're happy. I used to live in Bangalore, and that's like the IT hub and also um, the pub capital of India. Like, there's one pub in every road, and people are getting drunk all the time. It's a culture there. The weekend comes, they just go drink. They can't manage. They can't bear the unhappiness that hits them when they have time to think. Monday to Friday, their bosses are on their ass, so they can't relax. And when they start relaxing on Saturday morning, they're like, let's just have a drink because they need that. And so you stagnate because you're not growing. You're not doing anything creative. You're not solving problems. Solving problem is where human creativity comes out. That's real creativity, not what artists do. Artists also sometimes, design solves problem. Designers are different from artists. They solve problems, but artists don't solve any problem. So they're already happy, the art is making them happy. Artists are happy. I went to art college. I saw all these people. They're all happy, happy people. So happy. So you'll stagnate. If you're unhappy, you'll stagnate like anything. You'll find some security in your income. It's coming in regularly and just stagnate from there on. Unless there's a risk, you can't be unhappy. You got to go and create one if you don't have one. You don't have to create one. Everyone has reason to be unhappy in this world. It's a gift we get from God to be unhappy. Her Majesty Tripura Sundari puts unhappiness in your heart so that you can have desires to overcome it. She awakens unhappiness in everyone's heart every morning when you wake up. Pay attention. It's a divine gift. Don't reject it.
and what about feeling of helplessness? Is
Hmm.
that a high again?
Yeah, because when you're feeling that nobody can help you, that's ego, right? Your problem is bigger than everyone's solution. That's what it is. Who is unhelpable in the world? Everyone's helpable. You just need to ask for help. But you're too embarrassed to ask. You have too much pride to ask for help. Man, when I was sick and I didn't have any money, I found out who my real friends are. Because I asked everybody for money, who I thought were my friends. And they didn't give, man. I didn't have money. I had to go and beg everyone. And the people to whom I had given money when they were in problem, they're telling me that now I don't have money to give you. There's no reciprocity also. So that was a problem for me to solve, like never to be poor again. I had to solve the problem. So I've been at it. I believe I've solved it to a large extent. And I think it can be even better, my solution. I'm unhappy with my solution. It's getting better and better because I'm unhappy with it. I keep doing new and new innovative stuff because I'm unhappy. So I think it's very important to be unhappy.
Okay. I think we are at the end of the podcast. So, audience, if you
Yeah.
have any questions, you can ask right now.
Is everybody shell shocked as usual? Everybody got questions? It's all truth, right? All you have to do is go and like examine your life now, right now. It's all about your capacity to say the truth. You'll find your unhappiness, okay? Okay. May Bhavani bless you all to find your unhappiness. And if you don't have any questions, if you got value, type GV in the chat box. And if you have no questions, type NQ in the chat box. Okay? Yes. Any GVs and NQs? And please share this. A lot of people need to hear it, including you need to hear it again. So share it. Share it on your timeline and say, I learned this crazy new thing today. Learn to be unhappy. All right. Got value. No questions, says Kavya. Divya says no questions. Divya says got value. Okay. Two people got value. I'm happy. So the rest of you continue to be happy or unhappy. Okay. All right. Great. Um, let's call it a day then.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. It was a great session, Yuvraj. You really come up with some awesome themes every week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashwin.
All right. Bye.